Heilman with a takedown.
Very nicely done.
This is a great round here from Heilman. That big takedown, put him in a bad spot, and he was able to pop back up and end up on top here. And, Heilman's got takedowns, but we don't see him go for him a lot. I'd like to see him on top of him more because he's a fantastic submission guy, and he's got some good ground about him.
He's working the body very well.
I think he knows that Smith's got Smith is hurt. I think that's a great, and he helps his opponent out.
Wow. Hey, I got to give it 2 rounds to 1 for John.
Yeah, I think Heilman, in my opinion, again, and I'm not a judge, I think that this is the first round where I can say that Heilman won the round, at least definitively. The first round could have went either way. Second round was all Smith. This third round, Heilman's come out and landed some devastating strikes. I think it was the first strikes that made a real difference in the bout because, Smith has been a cardio machine here, and Heilman was getting a little tired. I think that kind of evens the playing field. You hit with some body shots like that, and it just sucks the life out of you.
Definitely.
Yeah, Smith's in there telling his opponent he's fine. I think they saw him take those shots.
Yeah, that'll really take the life out of a fighter. It's like if it's in a video game and you've got a little power bar, it's going to start going down notches when you take body shots.
Smith looks like he recovered fast though. I mean, that's the nice thing about having good cardio is you can take shots like that. He's not showing it, but I know those shots have hurt. Heilman needs to do the exact same thing he did this last round. He needs to throw some more punches like he did. He needs to hurt him, and he needs to make sure if he gets taken down that he ends up on top.
So do you think that John can actually take him down again, or?
Yeah, John can take anybody down that he fights. He just doesn't try it. It's very rare we see him attempt takedowns. It's usually only when he's wrestling defensively. But I think that it goes back to what we were saying earlier. He's a little lackadaisical when he's in there. I think that he doesn't want to expend a lot of energy if he doesn't have to, so he doesn't initiate clinches the same way. Oh, good head movement there. But so far, man, this has been fight of the night. This is a fantastic back-and-forth fight.
Definitely. These guys came out to fight. Look at John just standing in the pocket, and checking kicks, countering punches. That's experience.
And look at Smith. I mean, he's moving his head. He's light on his feet, and I like how he's feinting. He's feinting, and he's throwing those half-hearted kicks because John's checking. When John's checking those kicks, it's going to hurt Luke if he kicks hard. So I think he's throwing his half-hearted kicks to kind of see how John's going to react, and that helps him set up punches. See, he's throwing those kicks just kind of halfway. If John doesn't check, then he might throw the next one a little harder.
Yeah, you can see both these guys are experienced. They both know they got to fight 5 rounds. And John showboating a little bit there.
Showing his chin. I don't know if you can hurt John with that big old beard.
Yeah, it kind of acts like a pillow.
Yeah, and if fighting doesn't work out for John, you can always be on the Amish Mafia show.
Oh, another body kick legend.
Yeah, John's really working that body.
He checks that kick well.
Yeah. And that's the thing about lefty versus a righty. He's trying to throw that outside kick. He's throwing it right into the shin. We saw it. You've seen injuries that way.
Typically, you see the guys throw the inside kick when you're fighting against the side.
Ooh, good punch there. So if you look, Smith's actually finding a home for these punches. He's mixing it up from the head and the body, and he's actually starting to land some.
He is, and he's staying busier than John this round. I don't know if John's getting tired.
I'm sure they're both tired, and John's taking these body shots, which is not going to help his cardio.
See, it's something like this I'd like to see John maybe go for a takedown. Surprising.
I think he's staying away a little bit, trying to rest him. I think he's stalking him mostly just to keep him from getting to him. Oh, big exchanges here.
So
look at the head.
John's countering, but he's only throwing 2 punches to every 5 from Smith.
Yeah, this is what we talked about. You see the other guys stay just a little busier than them. Oh, big punch. Other guys stay a little bit busier than him, and it hurts him on the judges' scorecards. Oh, good body kick there. And a big left hand at the bell. We're moving into the 5th and final round here.
Yeah, and I got this thing dead even on my scorecard here. I think it's going to come down to this 5th and final round, the championship rounds here.
Yeah, I think again, my opinion. Luckily I don't have to be a judge here because this is a fantastic fight. This is fight of the night, in my opinion. I know we still have some fights to go, but these guys are really setting a hard precedent for the pros to follow here. But in my opinion, I would say I think it's 3-1 for Smith. I think John won that third round, and I think he's lost the others. I'd like to see him come out and be a little busier here. I think he proved he can hurt Smith with strikes, and he proved he can take him down, but he needs to be a little more active.
Well, I got it 2-2, so agree to disagree.
Well, that's why they have 3 judges. Somebody's got to agree with somebody.
And again, I am not a judge either. So.
Man, the crowd's going crazy here for these guys. Fantastic fight. Like I said, fight of the night. These guys
got energy. Look at Smith over there doing jumping jacks, basically.
And these guys come out hot here for the 5th round. This is a nice thing about the flyweight division. You got these 2 great kids. Oh, and you got a groin kick.
Was there a low blow there?
Yeah.
What did he say there?
Heilman's yelling at the crowd for booing a groin kick.
Definitely the entertainer. John's the kind of guy.
I have never seen this before.
So I've actually was taught to jump up and land on the heel.
Maybe he's just trying to smash him up there further. Get rid of him altogether.
There you go. Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I was taught too that when you jump up and you land hard like that, it actually knocks a little tube back into place. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I was taught.
Oh, and a hug. Okay, we've got a great sportsmanship, totally unintentional. Nice to see these guys. It's such a competitive fight, have such good attitudes.
And John has checked that outside kick about 20 times, and I cannot be feeling good.
No, I'll tell you, Smith should be happy he's throwing those kicks halfway, because if he throws it hard, he'll probably break his leg.
Yeah, Anderson Silva style, that would not be fun. Just had a Superman punch, right?
Smith's got great head movement. I think, Heilman needs to switch it up and start going for the body. And a big takedown.
He kind of faked the punch and then changed levels and got the takedown.
He's trying to pass here. John can submit him from the bottom, too, if he wants to get dizzy. He's looking to get that high guard here, trapping that head. And they got a modified rubber guard here from half.
He doesn't really have an overhook there.
Smith attempting to set up an arm triangle.
Smith doing a good job of flattening him out.
Yeah, keeping Heilman's shoulders in the back. Look at Heilman. He's got that
good wrist control. He's trying to bring the arm across the back again like he was doing.
Yeah, he's actually using ladder hooks from the bottom, effectively, which is some high level jiu-jitsu.
Oh, and he goes for an armbar.
Beautiful submission attempt there from Smith, but I really don't know if he's going to submit a guy like Heilman.
John is a submission expert, so.
I think the last time we saw Heilman submitted, I think he was 16 years old. It was probably 5-6 years ago.
He's doing a good job of holding on to that arm. John used to roll arms.
Yeah, I think he's got his arm. Oh, see, that's what he needs to do here. Yeah, Heilman has his
out. Very nice attempt by Luke and very nice defense by Heilman.
Yeah, and Luke tried to use that to set up something else. I mean, it's nice that he's creating scrambles with those submission attempts.
Right in the mouth.
He's got short time. If he wants to make something happen, he's got to do it now. Big punches from Smith on top. And that's the end of the fight. 5 full rounds.
I think that sealed it up for Luke. You're going to have to give it to him.
Great show of sportsmanship between these two guys. That was a great fight. I mean, this is a hard act to follow for anybody that fights for the rest of the night. These guys really set precedent with, how you need to come out and put on a show. Fantastic fight.
Definitely fight of the night.
Definitely fight of the night so far. I'd like to see, I'd like to see Heilman back, be a little more active. We'll see how the judges saw it. In my opinion, it's going to be hard for him to win over judges, being as inactive as he was in those last couple of rounds. I think how he fought in round 3 should be how he fights every round, and I think he'd be unbeatable.
I agree. I had 3 rounds to 2.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
I'm not a judge.
Heilman's yelling at Smith for making him bleed his own blood. Smith, I think, did everything he needed to do. I think he hit those takedowns. He got on top, especially that last round with the mount position and those submission attempts. I think that's solid.
Yeah, that last round. Easily last you're on top of the guy, beating somebody down.
Appreciates a great fight. So
Great fight and great showmanship.
You need that.
All right, let's give it to these guys one more time. All 3 judges scored this fight 46-49 with your winner by unanimous decision, Luke.
And our new champion, Luke Smith, I can't say I didn't see it coming. It looked like he was up on the judges' scorecards, and the judges all saw it the same way.
Yeah, 2 tough guys here, but
Luke, come on over and talk to you for a moment. Title fight. I know you're a little disappointed. You came out, you didn't get the finish, and I know you had a little trouble making weight. Your opponent was gracious enough to take it. Anybody you want to thank for your new belt? You want to thank all the people for coming out and supporting you?
Yeah, I worked really hard on this fight, and I got great coaches. John, Doug, they really helped me out a lot. I got a great gym and a great group of guys to work with. I just want to thank owner of my gym, Austin Springer, my coach. He's what made this all happen. He's the reason why I do what I do. And I'm just glad I got a great gym to train at. I want to make a shout out to my grandma. She was in the hospital and she ended up turning around, and I wanted to fight this fight for her. And she was strong, and I wanted to be strong for her. So I want to thank my family. I want to thank my sisters and her boyfriend for coming out. They drove 4 hours to come see my fight. And my mom, my dad, all my fans, everybody who came out, I really appreciate it. I love y'all. And I hope to come see my next title fight.
Yeah, so let's put our hands together for our winner, Luke Smith.
Making his way to the ring is Alex Eastman. Alex training out of Ellensburg, Washington. He's an experienced veteran with a long amateur career, making his 3rd appearance as a professional, fighting a very, very tough opponent, undefeated amateur, making his professional debut, Rick Simone.
Now, doesn't this guy have some amateur or professional boxing matches as well?
Yeah, Alex Eastman is a professional boxer, professional MMA fighter. He's a talented striker. His keys to victory are going to be to stay off his back. I think he needs to throw punches. Simone is a wrestler with big punching ability. I think Alex Eastman's going to have some height on him. I think he needs to use his punches to set up, some big strikes to make sure he doesn't end up on his back. Simone's got some experience. He's fought some very, very tough guys, but so has Eastman. I think Eastman's last fight was against very talented J.J. Lopez. He didn't come out the victor in that fight, but this kid's got some very high-level competition experience. I think that this is a great bout for him here in Main Event Sports to showcase his skills.
Yeah, it's always fun when you see a professional boxer come into MMA and see what they can do with these little 4-ounce gloves.
Yeah, Eastman's athletic, big for the weight class. And, you know, he's definitely, like I said, ready to fight.
Coming out to some old school Miller. I like that.
Making his way to the ring is Ricky Simone, undefeated as an amateur, 5-time amateur champion, 4 different organizations, in 3 different weight classes. This kid was the best of the best as amateur bantam and featherweights in the country. Making his pro debut here tonight, he's got a very tough task in front of him with Alex Eastman, but if anybody's got the skills to make it happen, it's Rick Simone.
Yeah, I've seen this kid fight in some of his amateur fights. This kid's got power. I think he's got all the tools to make it very far in this sport.
He's very well-rounded. He's a great wrestler with good striking and good submission, offense and defense. He's a little smaller, for the weight class, but I think that him competing at 135 pounds early in his career is going to be a good springboard for him to make it to one of the bigger leagues. Simone's keys to victory are going to be movement. He's very fast, very explosive. I think he needs to move, not get caught in exchanges with Eastman. I think he needs to use that fast footwork to set up his strikes, and anytime he wants, he can take this fight to the ground. He's a great wrestler with big takedowns. We've seen it before, but it's really going to depend on if he can get those punches off and get close without getting into hot exchanges there with Eastman. Simone fighting out of Rose City FC, training also with Gladiator MMA. He's got some fantastic partners. We see UFC veteran in his corner, Ian Loveland. This kid's a fantastic competitor.
All right, fight fans, it's time for the first professional fight of the evening. This fight is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. It is 3 5-minute rounds in the professional MMA bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting in the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in at 136 pounds with a professional record of 0 wins with 1 loss. Fighting out of Ellisburg, Washington, Alex Eastman. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 135 pounds. He is undefeated as an amateur, making his professional mixed martial arts debut, fighting out of Vancouver, Washington.
Ricky, a big fan favorite here tonight.
Yeah, he's fighting in his hometown in his pro debut. He's got a lot of fans out here tonight. But he's got a tough test in front of him here with the Beastman, Alex Eastman. Eastman's got some height. I think he needs to use that reach, and I think he needs to use that to negate the speed of Simone, because Simone is fast.
Fast and explosive.
Oh, they exchange big kicks. Oh, elbow. big overhand elbow from the outside from Simone. Fantastic. Oh, good head movement, yeah. Good leg kick there. It looks like Eastman's trying to measure him and find that distance. Simone is so fast. Oh, great body shot. Simone is walking him down. Simone's got great distance with that footwork. If you watch, he's always right outside those strikes to land his own, and then he's out of the way for Eastman's.
Nice head movement. Almost Mike Tyson or something like that.
Oh, and a huge body knee, man. And he's got the clinch here. This is where Simone's good. You know, he's got great knees in the clinch, and now with the ability to land some punches and elbows there too in the pro ranks. It looks like Eastman's pummeling in here for a tie clinch.
Oh, another nice knee to the body.
Oh, a knee to the head. Eastman blocked that, it looks like. Ooh, great elbows. And a big knee. He's dropped him. The referee's really close watching this. I mean, it could be close to getting a stop. Eastman needs to pop up. If he pops up, he's going to pop up right in another knee. Eastman's on back to his feet. Oh, a huge knee and an elbow.
Oh, and it's over.
Fantastic pro debut there from Rick Simone.
Nice.
Man, he made a statement here. He fought a very, very tough fighter. For him to finish a guy at this caliber that fast really shows a lot about how good Rick Simone really is and where he's at here as a professional. I expect big, big things here from Rick Simone. But let's give it up for his opponent. I mean, Alex Eastman's a very tough guy. We've seen him before. He just got overwhelmed here with some of those knees from the clinch.
Yeah, but Ricky Simone is, he's no joke. This kid, like I said before, he's quick to go really far in the sport. Keep your eyes up.
Eastman looks a little frustrated with the stoppage, but from my vantage point, it actually looked like, good sportsmanship here. It actually looked like his coach actually motioned the referee for the stoppage. But the Hoisington was there, he was watching it close. I think he would have got stopped either way. He was in a bad position.
Yeah, let's bring it in.
Referee Ryan Hoisington has called a stop to this fight at 1 minute, 34 seconds of the very first round. With your winner, by TKO, Ricky Simone.
Fantastic pro debut from Rick Simone.
All right, we're going to talk to Ricky Simone here for a second. I know he's got a lot of fans in the house. Ricky, you fought for us for your amateur career. You won all the belts in Washington that mean anything, all the belts in Oregon that mean anything, and yet now you made your pro debut undefeated and scored a knockout. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel great. Great energy. I had awesome coaches in my corner and awesome fans, so it went well.
Who do you want to thank for coming out here and putting on a fantastic performance? Who'd you like to thank?
First of all, I want to thank my team, Rose City Fight Club from Portland. I thank all my coaches, Andy Misker, Brunel, Ian Loveland, everyone over there, all my training partners. I'd also like to give a shout out to all my sponsors. Serge G and Sharon over at the Evergreen Chevron. Vancouver Mall, Hero Boy, Union Time Wrestling Booster Club, and also just thanks to everyone. Thanks for everything. Thanks for your help.
All right, who'd like to see Ricky Simone back as a professional next time? Put your hands together for Rick Simone.
In the professional middleweight division, we have Clemente Bosch making his way to the ring. Clemente is a showman. He makes his pro debut here after a long amateur career. Clemente has big takedowns, big punches, and is a known submission artist. This guy is a true veteran. He's been around for a long time. I've had the pleasure of training with Clemente for as long as 8 years ago. I was able to come and spend some time at the gym with him. This guy is a short fighter for the weight class. His opponent's gonna have some height and reach on him, but he's able to get in close and use his strength in big takedowns. Clemente is known for some big slams and some big punches. He's a very he looks very lackadaisical, but he's actually very explosive and works his way in very well. He's got a mean guillotine choke. I think 90% of his victories are via guillotine choke. I think his keys to victory are going to be to take space away. He needs to be close. He needs to use that strength of big takedowns to get on top and stay out of submissions and land big punches. He's got a great guillotine choke. If he can scramble and find those positions, he could definitely finish the fight with anybody. Making his way to the ring, we have Brandon BK Kesler. BK comes for the first time as a professional, is fighting here in the United States. He's got some international competition experience, international kickboxing experience, international boxing experience, and a long amateur career. You know, making his pro debut here in the U.S. Is going to be different. He's got a big fan base here. Definitely a tough fighter. You know, Brandon's keys to victory are going to be submissions. I think he's a great submission fighter. He's got good low kicks, some stiff punches. You know, I think he's a great submission guy from bottom or top. I don't really think he wants to be on bottom of a guy like Clemente, so I'd like to see him use his wrestling to end up on top and use some of those elbows he's known for. You know, Kesler comes in here looking for his first win, but I mean, this guy's got international competition experience. His last fight was against Ejiro Takase, who you may remember as the last guy to submit Anderson Silva. You know, this Brandon spent some time in Thailand, China, and fought, you know, in Asia as a professional. You know, he took a couple hard losses, and he's coming back over here. I think his opponents need to really be sure not to underestimate him, and they need to look past his record and look at some of the guys he's fought. We're happy to have him here at Media Mix Sports. Brandon's looking in great shape.
This fight is sponsored by Jail Sucks Bail Bonds, and it is 3 5-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 183 pounds. He is making his professional debut, fighting out of Vancouver, Washington, Clemente. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man stands 5 feet, 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 185 pounds with a professional record of 0 wins and 2 losses, fighting out of